Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth video in this series, applying for TechSoup for Kin Clubs across Canada. Anyways, this is probably the step where some of you may start at. Um, the first thing we want to do is head off to a website, techsoup.ca. So I've already got that loaded. So let's share my screen and we'll work through it together. Okay. Here we are. This is the techsoup.ca. So as you can see here at the top, techsoup.ca. In the upper right-hand corner, we're going to see a sign up spot here. So we're going to go ahead and click sign up. Okay, so once this loads, we're going to fill out all of our information to the absolute best of our ability. So that's going to be Tim and my last name, McNeil. Now this is where we want info at nanamokinsmen.ca. Oops, spell that correctly. .ca. So if you read here, you will use this login. We recommend using an email address owned and operated by your organization. For example, name at your-nonprofit.org. This is why we went through those steps earlier with Rebel. We wanted to set this up now so that once we're logged into TechSoup and we've applied for this process, we've applied for it using our info at in this case, nanaimokin.ca. This is going to make it a lot easier for us in the future and a lot more seamless if we have to hand over login to somebody else in the club. So that was the point to those earlier videos. Anyways, we'll carry on. Again, info at nanaimokin. It's actually nanaimokin.ca. I'm sure some of you are probably yelling at your screen right now. We'll quickly clear that up. nanaimokin.ca. And then what we're going to do is we're going to paste, in my case, I've already generated a password as I've done in the past. So I'm going to paste that in. And again, I'm going to paste it into the confirm password. So I do use a password manager. I pre-generate it so I don't have to spend the time to blur out my screen. So we'll double check info at nanaimokin.ca, info at nanaimokin.ca. We've got the password I pre-generated. You are welcome to use any password that you want. Again, I recommend you use a password manager. So we'll double check nanaimokin.ca. So I'm just looking in my Rebel email here, make sure I've typed in my domain correctly. I manage so many of them, it is easy for me to make a mistake. So nanaimokin.ca. Perfect. Double check over here, info at nanaimokin.ca. So I'm going to go ahead and click on continue. Okay, we'll wait for this page to load here. All right. So now what they've done is they've sent us an activation email. So we're going to bounce back into our inbox, and there it is already, that fast. So what we want to do now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on activate your account. Now, if you notice here, some of these images are blurred out. This is some of the email security that Rebel offers. And it's just protecting us from some tracking cookies and stuff like that. So if we wanted to see those images, we can just click on show images here, and then we can see. Now we want to do is click on activate our account. It's going to open up a new window. Okay, and what we're going to do is the same thing here. Info at nanaimokin.ca. I'm going to input that password that I created with TechSoup. Okay, we're going to click on login. All right, we're processing this. Now we have to fill out a bunch of this information as accurately as we can. Okay, sorry about that bit of a jump cut there. So what we've got is right after we click activate our account, a new tab pops up. What we need to then do is fill out all of the information to the best of our ability. Under the activity category, what you want to pick is inner city or community activity. And then it's going to be a community service organization. Now, it is important that you have the organization name correct. So on your societies or your registration paper with your particular province, it will be registered there. So for Nanaimo Kin Club, their legal name is the Kinsmen Club of Nanaimo. So that's important that we fill that out as accurately as we can. Our organization email is going to be the new email address that we have just created, info at nanaimokin.ca. Fill out the address, phone number, mission statement, and everything else that we can, and including the registration number for this particular organization. Um, we do want to tell them how we heard about us. I am a professional IT consultant and or reseller, so you are welcome to pick that if you're finding this out from me. Perhaps you're finding this out from some of the other clubs. Nonetheless, once we've filled out all of that information, what we're going to do is we're going to click the save button. That's going to move us on to the next portion of this application. Okay, on this next page, what we've got here is a request for our nonprofit documentation. So we should all have an access to this here. And here's an example. I do have to blur out a bunch of the personal information on this, of course. However, we can see this is what they are looking for when it comes to proving that we are indeed a registered society. So this is the document that we are going to upload. I've already saved this. I've already uploaded it here. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to say and confirm I understand that as our responsibilities that we update this. Okay, so we're going to hit done on this. And again, we wait for this to upload. Once this has been uploaded, it's going to take a few days. So what they're going to do is they're going to send us another email with further instructions, typically whether or not we've been approved or denied. It's unlikely that there's going to be any issues so long as we fill this out as best we can. Anyways, hopefully that answers the bulk of your questions on how to apply for the TechSoup stuff. It's pretty much that straightforward. You don't have to use an email associated like we went through in the beginning, but it does make the process a lot easier. We don't have to make any changes to the accounts later, and TechSoup seems to appreciate the extra effort in obtaining a proper domain right away. And it is something that we will need for the Microsoft side. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the doobly-doo down below. Okay, thank you. Excellent. Next video coming out as soon as possible, hopefully once they've given us approval.